Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in this wonderful world. Welcome to Lunch with Joy. We are going to talk today about making AI your best friend. And if you're not using AI, we need to take a look at it. It is the most important thing that is going to be happening in this century, in this decade, in the next year. If you are not using AI, you want to learn how to use it, figure out what's going on, and be able to come in with all things AI. It is not something that you're going to be using as a sole item, but it is something you are going to be using as a major addition to what you are doing. I I use it all the time. I love AI. I've told you before, I don't usually have it write for me, but I will have it rewrite for me. What I did yesterday, I had a project. I was creating a series of emails. And I had to answer the questions that were on the emails. It's set up because we'd set it up so that you just fill in the blank. Well, I didn't want to try and find where I had put the file that had all the exact words that I wanted. And so I know that I have it in AI. So I just went to AI and said, okay, pull these words from here and put them into this format. And it did. And all of a sudden it was, oh my goodness, I had a job. I could have been looking for that for the paperwork for hours, but because I realized I could go to AI because I had stored it in AI, I could go there and ask it to do the pulling of the information for me, and it was going to pull exactly what I had put in there, wasn't going to make anything up, it was exactly my words, and that was all I needed. And it made it so fast, and I didn't have to get flustered, I didn't have to get upset, and it made it a wonderful thing. So it is something that you're going to be able to be using on a continuous basis. It is something that is going to help you, and you want AI to be your best friend. I want it to be your best friend. You need to be able to look at it and say, okay, what can you do for me? And realize that AI is reading everything. It is most accurate and most useful in analyzing large volumes of data. It is not that's, what computers have always done, and that's why we have the computers, because they are able to analyze that data. Well, now we are getting AI reading all kinds of data for us, and what we're able to do is to have it create what we're looking for, do what we want, and make it great and wonderful. So that's what we need to be taking advantage of and make sure that we have it working for us against us. You want it to do the things you want it to do. And it is a simple, simple thing. E- And does it mean that every time I put something into AI, it comes back with exactly what I wanted? No, because I don't always remember to put all the right words in. I ask it to create a list of hashtags for this particular video, and I forgot to uh, it gave me a list of hashtags and gave them to me in number form. Well, when I put them into the YouTube description, they're in a sentence form. It's just one line, and so I ask it to put it into sentence form. I forgot to tell it to put the hashtag in there too. So I had to again come back and say, "Gee whiz, I'm sorry, I messed up." And I didn't say I messed up, I just said, "I'm sorry. I missed this. Please add the hashtags." It did. I said, "Thank you," and it said, "Was a pleasure to work with you. Thank you." And it's amazing. It can be so kind and so helpful that it just will do anything and everything for you. It is not going to do everything perfectly. So you need to be able to look at it and say, "Okay, what am I going to do with this? What does it mean? What's it going to how is it going to help me? And what is it going to do?" Some of the things that I am most impressed with AI and what it can do for us, it can spot security threats. It will spot and pull that anomaly out and say, "This is something you need to look at." But we have to tell it that that's what we want it to do. I want you to look at all this data, and when you see something that looks like it could be a threat or a problem, I want you to tell me about it. And it will. It is amazing and very happily do so. So you have got so many different tools out there. We use all kinds of different tools, and some of my favorites, even though I don't always like Google, but I love a lot of the tools that Google has created. They have done some outstanding work. I love their Genesis AI program. It is great. It is well written, well done. It brings current data in. And that's one of the problems that I've had with ChatGPT. It wasn't always up to date. So they're getting better, but it's not always up to date. But no matter which one of the programs you're using, it may tell you, "I don't know how to do that," or "I've not been trained to do that." And I laugh at it a lot of times because I'll say, "You did this for me last week. Let's do it again. Try it again. You can do it. I know you can." And those are the words I will use. And it comes back with exactly what I ask it for. Sometimes, it's like my dog. She'll periodically decide she really doesn't want to do the work that she's supposed to be doing, and she'll just stand there and not move. She gets in totally rigid space and won't budge. I've got to drag her to get her to move. But, AI can do the same thing. Well, you just have to convince it that you know more than it knows and you know what it can do. And depending upon which system it is, it may not understand or may not know how to do something. But if you have had it do it before, you can just say, "You did this for me last week. Let's do it again." And guess what? It usually does. It's amazing. I don't know how that works, why it works, but it does. So you treat it just like you would a regular employee. And getting to use all the different features and all the functions of the AI. We've got the chatbots. Were some of the first that came out, and they've been around for years. We've got ManyChat that has been here forever, and they're doing a lot of things there. And we had a number of others that have worked with and created different conversations and things that are happening with the different chatbots, creating a chatbot. I have one on my website. A lot of businesses do. And that is, she'll ask you a question. If you've got a question, she'll answer your basic questions. If she can't answer the question, she'll tell you she can't answer the question. And I made it a she because I'm a female. That's the only reason. I'm a woman, therefore I made my chatbot a woman. I called her Susie because that was my favorite name when I was a kid. So there's nothing special or nothing particular. You just have to learn how to train the computer to do what you want it to do. You give it a list of questions and answers, and then it can answer the questions for you. It's amazing. You can use your AI just like you would a virtual assistant. Amazing, isn't it? It will write the emails, it'll create this and it'll create that. I will give it the scenario, what I want it to say, what I want it to include, and then I'll ask it to put it into the format that I want. And it will do it so quickly, it's unbelievable. But you can do unbelievable things with AI. It is there. It is going to be there forever. It is not something that's going to go away. We are going to have it, and we want to learn how to use it. Use it so that it's going to analyze your data so that it can spot when there's a problem with your inventory or there's a hole there. There's something something that's not coming up right. And if you have got different parts that go together to make your finished product, all of a sudden you're short on one of the products, it's going to be able to tell you that. It'll let you know because you're able to get it to predict what your sales are going to be. You can ask it for all kinds of information and it's going to give that information to you. And one of probably the biggest things that most entrepreneurs need to be doing with AI, they need to use AI so that they are getting the best decision-making tool that's out there. If you have AI do the research, do the analysis, and spit back the information to you, you tell it how you want it to come back, and it will give you the information so that you have got a ready-made journal right there to be able to negotiate and work with whatever you're working with. So whatever you're doing, however you're doing it, let it happen, let it be, let AI be part of your life, let it be a beautiful part of your life, let it become your best friend. As the best friend, it will support you, it will help you, it will keep your costs down. That's amazing to me. And I get so much done. Like I said, I was creating these emails yesterday, and I didn't want to go back and get the exact words. And then I remember I had put them into AI. So I just found where they were at, went in there and asked it to create what I wanted it to create. It took me all of probably 10 minutes, including the time to look for the file on it, where it was at on the in the AI system. And that's not a lot of time. If I were sitting here typing up each individual email, it would have taken me a whole lot more to do that. So it makes things quicker, it makes things more efficient, and it generally is not going to be making mistakes. It may give you bad information, but it's not going to be making a mistake. Usually it will make something up if it doesn't know the answer. And you just teach it that you want it to tell you when it doesn't know the answer. And it will tell you. It's unbelievable. I am so amazed with all that I can do with AI and all that we can do with AI. It it just is it's mind-blowing. It is very difficult for me to imagine not having the use of the AI. I would need to be working 24/7. I don't have to do that. I'm actually I am getting ready to start writing my book, and I will be dictating that into the computer. Then I will have AI print it out for me, type it up and print it out for me, and then I'll have it I'll start going through and doing the initial edit, which is going to be the grammar. Make sure your grammar's right, Joy. And that's something that's very important to me. So that's what I will do. That's how I will attack that. But will start by talking, and I can talk. I can talk for hours and hours and hours. I'm going to speak my book into the computer, let the computer record it, copy it, turn it into a typed format, and then I'll have AI go through and start editing for me. I use Grammarly, Grammarly is not it was not originally an AI program. However, they've brought AI into it so that it now works with AI. But I use Grammarly to check everything I do. I don't let anything go out of here that hasn't had Grammarly checking it. And so that will check it for both spelling and grammar to make sure that I am using the right words, saying the right things, and doing the right things. So there are so many tools out there that we can use that it is unbelievable. And another one of my favorites is it's called Hemingway Editor. And it will make sure that my language is at that 6th or 5th grade level that I'm wanting to keep things at, because most people are only understanding at a 5th grade level. If you talk on a level higher than that, you're going to lose your audience. So I work to keep things at that 5th to 6th grade level to be able to make sure that people understand the words and understand what I'm saying and doing. You can do so much with just a little bit that I'm excited to be able to guide and assist anybody. If you've got any questions, you can always come to me. I will help you in any way I can. And I tend to do it. See, it's another one of those things that I do for free. I give that away because it's just that's who I am. That's who I am. I just give that away because I want to be able to help you make your business profitable, make your business the best it can be. So, if you haven't started using AI yet, type AI into any of the chats, any of the comments, make the comment AI, and I will send you the information that I have on the inexpensive $10 a month AI program that has got 7 different platforms in it. You get them all for $10 a month instead of paying $10, $20 a month for each one. So, and it's very good. It's very efficient and very accurate. And so I'm very, very happy that somebody gave me that one. So that is mine to give to you also. So I love you. I appreciate you. And if nobody has told you yet today that they love you, let me be the first. I love you because you are you. And that is so very, very special. Thank you for being you. Thank you for being here. And thank you for sharing with us. I will see you tomorrow.